Hi there, everyone. I know I have not been following my own advice regarding making YouTube videos, posting on a regular basis, and so forth, but here I am, okay? I've been thinking about you nonetheless. What I want to talk about today is the difference between a niche and an audience. So I've been doing research, of course, and I found out that it's more important to have, first of all, subscribers. It's more important to have viewers or views as opposed to subscribers, because if you're looking to monetize, that's the thing that YouTube will be looking at, is how many views you've actually had. So if you had, let's say, 100 subscribers, but you had 1,000 views on each video, that says a lot to them regarding how popular your channel is, how important it is. And of course, if a lot of people are viewing, that's where they want to place ads. So eventually, of course, you have to have the 1,000 subscribers and meet all the requirements for YouTube for monetizing, 4,000 views, and so forth. Okay, but what I wanted to focus on here is that the audience is more important than a niche. So a niche is when you have, let's say you're doing all camping videos or all knitting or all DIY, do it yourself projects or crafting or whatever it is. It's a theme that you're following, and people tune in because they want to follow that theme. But honestly, I can only watch so much of one subject before I decide to go on to another subject. Or I will poke in or peek in, let's say, at that channel to get more information or just to find out where the people are at, what's being said. And sometimes I get a little tidbit of something, like an idea that I can use in my current days. And so for that reason, I'm staying with the channel. I'm continuing to be subscribed, but I'm not necessarily viewing all the time. So when you think about TV, for example, television, and YouTube is supposed to be like, a television channel that you can create and you can put your content out weekly. A typical TV channel coming through your cable TV or your satellite service will have a weekly show. And take the show The Good Doctor, for example. Every week you tune in on the same day the same day each week to watch the next installment. And there's generally a consistency in characters, and you get to know the characters and you follow the storyline, but every week you can plan on that happening. With YouTube, it's a little bit different because people are following what they call the niche, they're following the theme. And so, yeah, you're going to get some variation, but you're going to know if it's an RV channel, that's what you're going to get. If it's a travel channel, that's what you're going to get. And what we're finding is that a lot of people are burning out. And initially I thought one reason they're burning out is because they're spending 20 hours, etc., on editing. And I always thought the editing process could be shorter. But here's an important aspect. Not so much following a niche as looking at your audience and creating an audience who want to actually view what you have to say or what you're doing. And with that, you can then explore a lot of different avenues. You can be creative. One of the complaints I have about YouTube is that in following that niche idea, you are limiting the freedom. People are gradually burning out. Let's say they've done 4 years of travel and they've traveled all over the US and Canada. Now they're venturing into other countries like Japan. You have to come up with a new idea, something to engage your audience every single week, but it's just on that one subject. But we are not a single-minded, do nothing else kind of person. We do all kinds of things. So there's RV Deb in Texas, and she makes jewelry, or she shows her social life. So she's still in an RV. She's still RV Deb, but there's a bit of variety, and that's the thing. That reminds me of when I was growing up, there used to be these shows called The Variety Show. And you could tune in every week, every Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock, but you knew that you were going to get something different every time. It's some kind of dance, song, entertainment, comedian, juggling act, puppets. It was a variety. And I think as a YouTuber, as a creator, you need to be able to have that freedom to bring in that sense of variety. So if you read books and you want to share about the book you read, do it. If you took a trip to New York on a bus, you share that. Or if you decide to fly to New York and share that. We are multidimensional. Let's accentuate the positive here. We have a variety of interests. So why not create the YouTube variety channel? Sometimes I think I should change the name of my channel. I call it Counselor Sue Creativity and Living because I thought the creativity and living might be all encompassing. And Counselor Sue was how a lot of people knew me in terms of me being their counselor. That's me, Counselor Sue. And eventually I might figure out a way to incorporate counseling techniques and counseling advice and ideas into my videos. Right now I'm having a heat up. See? Multidimensional. A lot of things happen in life. So think about, if there's one thing you take away from this, think about your audience as opposed to a niche. Think about who your audience is and try to draw in the variety of viewers. Not just a niche, not just videos like my other channel is predominantly videos for women over 65. That's just something that happened. I did not try to do that. I didn't set out and say, this is my niche. But that's what my audience is right now. That's what the analytics say. So maybe that will change. And maybe that's a goal. But I think the bottom line is we should be able to have the freedom to express ourselves creatively without running into a sense of burnout. So let me know what you think. Think about that idea of niche or an audience. Niche or audience. What do you really want to do here?